also going to reference the book.
Could you state your name
My
and
name is
address?
Sarah Kerrigan, and I will not state my address.
If you would like to speak.
Yes,
you
I
would
am a
like
Guilford
your
resident.
address.
Anna's Drive.
Okay.
I am utterly appalled that this was an oversight, that my son had this book in his hand for a week. Unacceptable. It is absolutely unacceptable. I don't have very much more to say than that.
I understand it is graphic, and yes, there was a mistake made. The paper should have gone home, okay? But there was comment that we're having dictating, the school's dictating what's doing. These people will be dictating what you can and cannot read and what my kids cannot read.
That's
And my time is up, sorry.
Sir, you gotta go.
That's fine, I'm out of it. The whole thing is that this is
Please,
ridiculous.
sir.
Please, sir,
Sir.
that's fine, please, sir. It's absurd. Why don't you have me
Sir.
arrested? Why don't we do that as a civics
No.
lesson? Nice First Amendment
We
lesson,
ask
right?
that you please.
It's absurd, but everybody's playing
would
around
you
about what the
please be
content of this is. Nobody's talking about censoring the book. Nobody's talking about banning the book or burning the book or
Sir,
anything.
Would you please be respectful of the other people here?
Like you're respectful of my daughter, right, and my children. That you that you put this book out with the notice. Why don't we read the notice that was put out?
All right, we ask you. Would anyone else like to
You
speak?
can arrest me. Because I violated the 2-minute rule.
Would
guess you're
anyone
gonna have
else
to
like
arrest
to be recognized? There's somebody in the back,
This is ridiculous. This is
I
the
think
civics
there's-
lesson.
2 people in the back who would like to speak. I think the lady behind you in the purple, raise her
I
hand.
guess you have to arrest me.
My name is Gail
You're
Brunt.
setting for your children is very good.
Can you, I don't forgive me.
My name is Gail Brunt. I am a resident of Guilford.
Can you state your address, please?
White Birch Drive.
Thank you.
Can you all move back, please? Just move
So what am I
back.
being, what are you charging me with? What are you
You're
charging
under
me
arrest
with?
for disorderly conduct.
Disorderly conduct.
Because he broke the 2-minute rule?
My arm is messed
Put your
up.
arm.
My arm is messed
Your
up.
arm.
So disorderly conduct. I'm not resisting, all right? Let's not play games. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. My arm is messed up, all right? You want to see the medical records of a pinched nerve in my neck for 3 months, all right? So don't tell me I'm resisting.
Hey, I just want to, he's arrested me for not doing the fire.
I'm good. I'll let y'all know.
It's unbelievable that you guys have to treat us like this. We're on the
We
road
asked
trying to
you-
help you guys.
We asked you to clear the road and you said no, that you'll get arrested instead of moving it.
I've never seen anything like this in my 25 years. Yeah, we'll have to figure something out, sure.
Don't get my students in trouble.
Okay.
You don't read my one copy tonight? You don't?
No.
Okay. Did you, make a little adjustment to the sign out there in the hallway?
Oh, yes, we did.
What do you mean we?
Well, I talked to one of the guys across the hall over there that works in the department, and I had talked to him, and he said, I'm the one that made the adjustment on the sign initially. And I was like, oh, this is like upside down on here, and he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, maybe you should just like fix that, and so that's why we did.
You know what criminal mischief is? They now have to replace that sign because you drew on it.
They have to replace it, and somebody else drew on it before me.
That doesn't matter, man, okay?
They need to replace the sign.
Okay, I
That's the
understand that,
problem.
but you don't have the right to go and write on it and destroy it with the sign.
Okay, just a second, just a second. Who in the world even complained about it? That's
The
what I
head
am
of
confused.
facilities. the persons that
Well,
actually do
how would
sign
they
it
even
here.
know that it was me? I'm just curious.
I'm not gonna divulge that information to you, but we know
Because
it's
the
you.
gentleman across the
Who's the
hallway,
gentleman across
the
the
older gentleman, he said, I'm the one who wrote on it initially, and I said, well, did you guys realize that, okay, I work against info, and so everybody in our class was really frustrated. Just so that you know, I had no idea that it would be a big deal to do that. Like,
Class
at
A
all.
misdemeanor.
Okay, so just hear me out. And so the older gentleman across the, I went over there and told him, because everyone in class was like, couldn't find the class. It's upside down and then north, south, east, west is wrong. It's like totally wrong on the map. And so I was like, oh, well, maybe. So that's the only reason I wrote on it, that the map is upside down, is because of the students in our, we couldn't find the class because it's wrong. And so that's
Okay,
the
so
only
can I
reason
ask you a
did it.
question?
Sure.
If I came to your house and I had a dispute of something on your wall and I wrote on your wall, would that be acceptable?
Well, if it was wrong, I'd hope you come and tell me that it was wrong, and then I'd try and fix it.
There you go.
And so I
You took it upon yourself and wrote on it.
only because the other guy did. That's the only
Okay,
reason.
well,
The guy in the department over there. I can show you who it is. That was the only reason. He said, well, I wrote on it initially. This is no lie. That's the only reason. I was
Okay,
like, well,
but that still doesn't
maybe
give
we
you
should
the
think.
right
Okay,
to write
I
on sign
understand what you're saying. I'm just telling you that's why I did it.
Okay. Well, we need you to come up to the police department.
Okay, so what am
You're going to be issued a citation today.
Why? And I want to talk to whoever is. I'm not going to do that. I want to talk to the person.
One of two ways. You can walk up there
Wait, just a
voluntarily, or I
second.
can put you in handcuffs.
Hang on. You realize this is very, very petty.
Petty?
Yes,
What if
it
that
is.
sign? What if that
It's
sign?
wrong.
No,
It's
it's
wrong.
wrong for you to commit a crime on
Wait,
school
just a second.
property.
Who is pressing charges against me?
The school is.
Okay, I want to speak to the person who in the school who I need to talk to before I go up there.
You're speaking to him.
Okay, why would you do that?
Because
even though I've explained that to
you have disfaced property.
Okay, can we
That
walk
is
down
not
there?
acceptable.
Wait.
Ma'am, I'm telling you, by the letter of the law, that you just...
I understand that, but
You
given
took
the
it upon yourself, instead of calling facilities and said, hey,
Oh
the sign
my
is
gosh,
wrong, you
I'm
wrote
so
on it, and now
sorry.
they have to replace
Just a
it.
second.
So now the
Hang
school's
on.
having money
It was
to have to
already
replace
wrote
it.
on. No.
It does not matter, ma'am, okay?
I don't.
We-
Okay, stop. Back off for a second, okay?
So we need to go up to the police
Just a
department.
second.
No,
No.
ma'am, I'm not going to explain it to you anymore, okay? We're going to go up to the police department, you're going to be issued a citation today for criminal mischief.
I'm going to contact an attorney then.
That's fine, but you're still going to come up to the police
That's
department.
fine.
So either you come with me voluntarily, or we're going to put you in handcuffs, and we're going to walk you
I
through the school
understand that. You
handcuffs.
don't need to be a dick.
I'm not being
You
one.
are. Stop and give me a second.
No, ma'am,
You know what? Shut up for a second, please.
That's enough.
Just.
That's enough.
I don't
We're not-
need to be.
Okay, ma'am?
Guys, are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
Why would you put
Do
me in
not resist,
handcuffs?
because you're
Stop
being...
for a second.
Ma'am,
I will go with
stop.
you.
You are under arrest. No, you're under arrest now.
Stop.
Okay.
I will come with you.
No.
Put your hand behind your
back.
back.
No, I will
Put
come
your
with
hands
you.
behind your back.
I will come with you.
Do not fight. Stop, okay? No. You had your chance, ma'am.
Really?
Yes.
Let me take my backpack off. Let me take my backpack off.
Ma'am, stop.
For fighting.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Just stop. I have a back.
A 90-year-old World War II veteran has been arrested in Florida for feeding homeless people.
I felt a hand on my arm, and the police officer was there, and he said, "Drop that plate right away, right now," as though it was a weapon I had in my hand.
Why is he being arrested?
Answering that question, Arnold Abbott, along with two ministers, were apparently violating new legislation in Florida. The law restricts the feeding of homeless people in an attempt to tackle the growing problem of homeless people. And as for Arnold Abbott, who runs the charity that's been handing out food for years, he now faces 2 months in prison. However, a pending court hearing didn't stop him from coming back to the streets again, where he was then detained for a second time.
I believe that marriage is not just a bond, but a sacred bond between a man and a woman. I have had occasion in my life to defend marriage.